The Essex Serpent is a multi-surface cycling adventure around the city of Chelmsford. Its 62-mile distance is predominantly traffic-free, routing over a mix of bridleways, quiet roads and single track. This gem was created by Gareth on his Instagram account Essex Serpent's Bike, which highlights 7 unique waypoints relating to medieval and ancient history, and is the basis of this documented adventure. Just finished work and here we are, next little adventure. So this adventure is not as well known as the other ones. I found on the internet something known as the Essex Serpent, so it's got some monuments, some things to find. We're on a journey of discovery. Right, about to meet up with Wolfie. The Serpent route was approximately 40 miles away from Bilderston. We had planned to wild camp that evening to allow us to start the Serpent fresh in the morning. We were lightly kitted out with our bike packing gear, and we made the most of the afternoon riding on quiet roads and lanes. Heading towards Braintree, where we're going to find some food, have a look about. We've identified a couple of woods to go and sleep in tonight, so it's a very chilled day, just to get into position to start our ride tomorrow morning. Where's Wolfie? 5 minutes later and he's still not appeared. Good job on that, in no rush. Even took my shoes off. Shoes back on, go and find him.
Loads of meat in this, it's really good.
Yeah, it's dark. We found a place to stay. Probably can't film it that well here. The official route starts and finishes in Ingatestone, but in reality you can join at any point. We chose the most northerly point because it was most practical for us. This is our first stop. It's a little Victorian water spring. In addition to the marked waypoints, there are many other wonderful things to see on this route, such as the round tower of St Mary's Church, many of which regard this as one of the best of 6 round towers in Essex. This particular site has a long history, from its beginnings of a thatched and wooden structure to today's well maintained and beautiful building that has stood the test of time and was well worth the stop. To the hub for some breakfast, so we've only got about 4 or 5 miles to go. Slight deviation to the route just to get to the hub cafe, but I think it'll be worth it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful breakfast.
Superb.
Back on the route now.
6 stars.
6 stars. There we go. quiet tracks. We're looking for Pleshy.
The waypoints would run in the order we found them. Our first official point was at Pleshy Castle. This man-made Motte and Bailey castle was built in the 11th century. Today it is understood to be one of the best preserved Motte and Bailey castles in England. Access to the castle can only be booked by appointment, but thankfully it can be seen from the road.
So the tracks this far have been pretty good, open and wide, not many nettles, yeah, and you could go quite a speed through the tracks. There's a little bit of water, a little bit of mud on some parts, but overall pretty pleasing.
Lovely.
It's a small one, isn't it?
Be a mini person to go in there.
Come on in.
In the 14th century, the wool industry was thriving in Essex, and the population increased. The Church of St Andrews was too small to accommodate the increase of worshippers, so a second church of St Christopher was built alongside it. Today both churches stand next to one another, sharing the same graveyard, separated only by the long-distance Essex Way footpath.
filming this on a Saturday, and you've probably been able to tell from the video up to now that the roads, the tracks, the trails have all been quiet. That's what you want. Tracks are pretty dry, there's some muddy bits, but quite nice for the bikes. This clearing in Rittle Forest was the site of a 12th century hermitage. During World War I, the British Army used the local area for training. Waypoint 7 is Moors Ditch, a mysterious linear earthwork near Ingerstone. Just like orienteering, it's not always clear what you're looking for.
You expect Yoda to come out of that.
The gate just behind us is part of the route. It looked like it wasn't part of the route, it looked like it was a private road. Matter of pressing the button and then going through. So we are on the bridle way. Quick stop at the co-op. Very full. Straight on the bike again. And yeah, the rain's found its way out. Just breathing heavy. It's another climb. Fantastic route. Well put together. Bits in there that are overgrown. They're still not too bad, but they?
Nice little path. Miss Billy Goat Croft.
stuck.
Look at that kill he's got.
Rough.
Wolf is happy.
Of a brambles.
Just had a little snack under the bridge. Some of the small tracks around here are very hard to navigate with the GPS because it shows you a route and you follow it and then you're off route. This is the graveyard.
This graveyard is now a haven for plants and animals, but its history has a dark side. The former home of the British lepers, patients and their carer nuns who had died of leprosy were buried here. The small wooden chapel at the rear was used for burial services. Waypoint 2 is a 13th century priory arch at Bicknaker. This building was originally built as a hermitage. Now the arch is the only remaining feature left, alongside the priory fields.
Warm out here. It's a bit overcast, but it's making me sweat. Not much long till the route's complete. Probably about another 10 miles. But we've got to go through Danbury first. And we'll see where we are.
Waypoint 3 is situated at one of the highest points in Essex, known as Danbury Hill Fort. This ancient earthwork is believed to be of late Iron Age construction. This camp was a vast defensive earthwork encircling an area of strategic high ground, which has been lost due to the erosion over the time, and a significant portion has been built over. Remnants of the earthwork can be seen, such as the position of hedges.
Got a little bit steep around here, haven't they?
Yeah.
We should have found the Warren by now, but we missed it. The GPS tracks were hard to follow, plus the Warren was like a maze, with different paths to take, but we carried on.
Just waiting for Wolfie. With his 52 rear cassette. quite challenging coming through these woods, but fun, very fun. It's like a little maze and lots of down trees, but it adds to the adventure excitement. I'm just approaching where we started this morning. I'm going to turn right, and that's the route finished. And that was the Essex Serpent. So, what was my initial thoughts about it? It's very good. Lots of off-road, but not off-road that you can't manage. It's a nice introduction to off-road riding, if that's what you want to get into. So you can choose to bike pack it, to mountain bike it, gravel bike it, just the world's your oyster. I've done 67 miles. I think I've got another 40 to get back to my vehicle. Gonna need some more water, some food. Just keep enjoying it. Outside Braintree, I'm just going to get a bite to eat before we push on back to finish the ride. Until next time.